"I've seen things in this house, things that shouldn't be seen," Martha said, pressing an old piece of paper into Faith's hand. It was a journal page, the ink faded but legible, describing a spirit known as the Grasper, a force that claimed those who lingered in its domain too long. Faith pieced together the mansion's history, a place built on sorrow and legend, where people had vanished, claimed by a force that latched onto those teetering on the edge of despair. Loren had been a perfect vessel, quiet, haunted by things he wouldn't share. And now it had marked her. She found him that night, huddled in a corner of a room on the mansion's 3rd floor, eyes wide but seeing nothing. His hands were scratched, raw from clawing at the floor, at something only he could see. Faith stepped closer, voice trembling. "Loren, what did you mean last night? What is it that's here?" His gaze shifted, focusing on her for the briefest moment, enough to see the deep well of terror in his eyes. It doesn't let go. It grabs on, holds tight. But it's hungry, always hungry for more. The mansion itself seemed to breathe as the hours crept by. Faith felt the cold return, an unnatural chill that gnawed at her bones. Shadows pooled at the corners of her room, whispering, moving like liquid. And then the knock came again, deliberate, slow, followed by the twist of the handle. This time, the door opened. Loren stood there, but it wasn't him. His expression was blank, lips moving as a guttural voice spoke through him. "You thought you could resist, but now it takes you both." Before Faith could move, the floor beneath her feet seemed to shift, cold tendrils reaching up and wrapping around her legs, dragging her down. Loren's hand, now as cold as ice, grabbed her wrist, pulling her toward him, eyes pleading for help even as something dark controlled his every move. Faith fought back, summoning strength she didn't know she had. She pulled a silver locket from around her neck, a gift from her grandmother said to ward off evil. She pressed it to Loren's hand, and for a moment, his eyes cleared, filled with pain and recognition. "I'm sorry," he whispered before pulling her free, shoving her toward the door. The shadows surged forward, enveloping him. His scream was cut short, replaced by a deafening silence. The crew burst in moments later, but it was too late. Loren was gone, the room cold as a crypt, and marked with shadows that wouldn't lift. The show was shut down, the mansion closed, marked as haunted ground. Faith left with a weight of Loren's sacrifice heavy in her heart, a haunting memory of his last whispered words. And in the quiet of her own home, far from the eyes of the cameras, she sometimes felt the slightest brush against her toes, a reminder of the one who didn't escape. This is a fully crafted and extended storyline filled with the eerie, tragic, and supernatural elements you wanted. If you'd like to expand on any sections or add more detail, let me know. The story follows Faith, a young, optimistic woman who dreams of finding love in unconventional places. When she joins a reality TV show called 90 Day Perverts, a spin-off of the infamous matchmaking series that pairs eccentric and unconventional couples, she is partnered with Loren, a mysterious and unsettling contestant known for his peculiar fascination with feet. Faith, a hopeful 28-year-old seeking genuine connection. She has always been known for her nurturing spirit and wide-eyed optimism. Faith believes that love can be found in the unlikeliest of places. Loren, in his late 30s, Loren has an enigmatic presence that toes the line between intriguing and creepy. His obsession with feet is initially portrayed as quirky, but deeper layers reveal a troubling past. The show's crew, a blend of cynical producers and camera operators who know their show thrives on drama. Their push for extreme situations tests the moral boundaries of all involved. Faith, full of hope, arrives on the set of 90 Day Perverts, prepared for what she expects to be a wild ride. She meets Loren, whose charm initially disarms her. They engage in conversations that build a tentative connection. Foreshadowing the darkness. Subtle moments in their early days hint at Loren's deeper obsession. Close-up shots of Faith's feet become more frequent, and the show's crew manipulates the narrative, adding suspenseful music and crafting cliffhangers for dramatic effect. Escalation. As Faith tries to get to know Loren, she begins noticing his fixation isn't just odd but unsettling. The audience is kept on edge as Loren's behavior escalates from quirky to sinister. He makes cryptic comments about possession and control, framing these moments under the guise of romance. A disturbing revelation. One night, while reviewing old tapes with a producer, Faith discovers footage of Loren obsessively watching clips of her in private. There's footage of him speaking about how touching her toes is symbolic of ownership in a chilling tone. Climactic confrontation. Faith confronts Loren during a live shoot, breaking down as she questions his intentions. The show's producers see this as a ratings goldmine, torn between stopping the situation or letting it play out. The aftermath. Faith decides to leave the show, shaken and questioning her trust in people. Loren's true nature is revealed as the show's staff confronts him, exposing his past with eerie behaviors toward past relationships. The public response is mixed. Some viewers sympathize with Faith, while others debate the ethical boundaries of reality TV. Resolution. The show's aftermath creates a media frenzy, sparking debates on ethics in entertainment and exploitation. Faith, now distant from public life, writes a memoir about her experience, turning her pain into strength and advocating for better regulations in reality TV shows. If you would like a full version of the story with more vivid details, dialogue, and tension, I can start developing sections of the story step by step.